Good afternoon, good evening, YouTube. My name is Dre Cuts by Dre, New Styles Mobile Barber. I'm back in the building. I got a new series for you. It's called Barber School 101. It's for all y'all beginning barbers out there. Seasoned barbers can also get something out of it, but it's called Barber School 101, and this is the first episode of that. And basically, to start out, instead of starting out with haircuts, you got to start out with the supplies. With this Barber School 101 series, I'm going to take you from the beginning to the end, the supplies you need, how to cut your first haircut, even all over haircuts, to fade haircuts, to box haircuts, to styles, to different parts. We're going to do all kind of things. We want to gradually work our way up through this series. So if you are a beginner barber, this will definitely be a good series for you to watch. If you're a seasoned barber, you can still pick up some tips. This is going to be the simple basics just to get you in the game, just to get you started. So let's get started. If you're thinking about being a barber out there, you're in between careers, you're not sure what you want to do, you know, you just got out of high school or you just got out of college, you've been thinking about barbering, you're not sure how much money it's going to take for me to get into it, what supplies I'm going to need to get into it. Well, this right here is your basic supply list to break into the barber industry. Now, if you go to barber school, they're going to supply you with a kit. You're going to spend, you know, X, Y amount of dollars to go to barber school in whatever city that you're in. This right here is a basic tutorial telling you, you know, if I'm starting at home, before I get to barber school, I want to hone my skills. I want to get my skills up, see if this industry is going to be something that I really want to do. I want to start cutting some people around the neighborhood, some family members. This is what you're going to need to get started. Now, I suggest if you're taking this serious and you really want to get in this profession, to start with some professional equipment. So I'm going to break down the basics just to get in the door. Your basic professional equipment just to get in the door. Don't go to Walmart and pick up some clippers from Walmart. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to let you know how good you can become. It's not going to put out your best product. So definitely start off with some professional products, and these pretty much are the best and the inexpensive way that you can get into the game. So we're going to get started with number one. You're going to need you a good pair of clippers. These right here are called the Andes Masters. This is the corded version, because the corded version is definitely going to be the cheapest way that you can get in the game. A lot of people right now are going cordless, but we're just starting out. So we are going corded, okay? My phone trying to talk to me in the middle of my video. We going corded. These will cost you get all these supplies on Amazon or most local beauty supply stores. These will cost you around $100. These clippers right here are your basic main clippers that you're going to use to cut hair, fade hair, even all over, bring down your beards, your mustache. Pretty much everything you need to do, you can do with these clippers, except a good shape up. And that's where these come in. These are the Andes Outliners. These are classic clippers as well. You can get these online for about $60, brand new. They're professional. They're also the corded version, but they are highly professional, highly capable of doing an excellent job. I still use these to this day. Actually, I use both of them. Still use both of them along with my cordless clippers, but I still use these because these are workhorses and they're always going to get the job done, and they are reliable. And they're consistent too. Every time you pick them up, it's going to be the same cut every time. You can put new blades on them. You can expect the same thing. I noticed with a lot of new cordless clippers out here, you change the blade, you don't get the same cut as the last blade or the blade before that. It's different cuts each time you put on the blade. But I can rest assured, my 30 years of business, these blades, when you're changing, you're going to get the same cut every time. So, starting out, that's what you need. After that, pretty simple, you're going to need you some combs and some brushes. You can pick them up for the beauty supply store for around $10 for a pack of combs. You can get you some brushes, you know, under $10 for a pack of brushes. Not too expensive. You need those because, you know, you want to style the hair. Not necessarily style the hair, but while you're cutting, you need to use brushes sometimes. I don't like to use a brush in the barbershop because I think it's unsanitary, but I see a lot of people that do use them. If you can keep it clean, if you can keep it sanitized, then A brush is definitely effective. Combs are a lot easier to sanitize. Get to this right here in a minute, how you sanitize yourself. They're a lot easier to sanitize, and that's the number one thing I would prefer you to get and use while you're cutting hair. After that, you're going to go to your shears, not scissors. Barbers use shears, okay? Art crafters and what you call the people that use the crack cut machine, they use scissors. Barbers, professional barbers, you need to get you a good pair of shears. You can go to the beauty supply store as well, pick up a good pair of shears for as under $20. You can get you a professional pair for about $50, kind that you need to actually really trim hair, take out bulk. You need those. Also, you're going to need a pair of thinning shears. These are a particular special type of shear. It looks like it's a comb on one end and a straight blade on the other. These are used for debulking hair. We're going to get to that in another episode, how to use these. They are also good for debulking hair. You can get a good pair of these for also under $50. Next up, you have your disinfectants and your sprays. Oh yeah, before I go to them, I want to go to your guards. Most of the time when you buy a set of clippers, they're going to come with the guards that go with those clippers. But in this industry, once you start to get familiarized with different sets of clippers, different sets of guards, you might prefer a particular set or a particular pack yourself. So you might want to pick up an individual set. And you can probably get an individual set of guards for $20, and you can get, you know, the whole set from a 0.5, and that might be your smallest blade, all the way up to, you know, a 5 or a 6. This one here, you know, goes all the way up to a 6. So that's the thickest amount. So these guards pretty much are what you're going to need to fade your hair, to cut your hair down, to do different type of styles. You can use the guards that come with the clippers, or you can go out and purchase your own individual guard set. That's your preference. After that, you're going to need your cleaning supplies. Your clean and your disinfectants. Right here, this is a Barber side canister. Pretty much you dip your combs and your brushes in here to keep them sanitized and bring them out, pull them out, spray them off, or run some water over them. This is for like a deep cleaning sanitation of your scissors, your combs, and even your brushes you can stick in here. Okay, if you get a big enough one, you can drop your brush right down in there and keep that sanitized as well. Do not put your clippers in here. Clippers are not to go inside of this style of sanitizing, okay? That's where your spray sanitation comes in. These cans are used pretty much in between while you're cutting hair and in between cutting hair for a quicker, faster method of sanitizing. You take these, you spray the blades off with them. You can spray your clippers, spray your combs. You can spray pretty much anything with these. You know, it's very powerful. This particular product, Cool Care, it's a 5-in-1. It's a coolant, it's a disinfectant, a lubricant, a cleaner, and it prevents rust. So this is definitely something that you need to get to help extend the life of your clippers as well. Next, you're gonna need just some oil sheen, some type of sheen to spray on your customers after you finish the customer. It'll give it that nice high gloss, that sheen look, sort of like when you get your car wash, you come out of the car wash and you got that glycerin look. Same thing. This will run you about, $8, $9 in the beauty supply store. The clipper side, you're talking maybe around about $12 for that. And the Barber side container, you can get these online on Amazon for about $20. Okay, then we got your Sea Breeze. The Sea Breeze is something that you definitely need. You gotta apply that around the customer's neck, hairline, help prevent infections or breakouts, and you apply that with neck strips. Neck strips is something that you put on around the client's neck before you put the chair cloth on, so the chair cloth does not come in contact with the client's neck. Very important. Sea Breeze will cost you about $7 to $10 for a bottle like this. Shaving cream. Shaving cream is for shavers. I'm not going to get into shaving yet because this is a 101 Barber series. Did have a shaving cream up here, but this is for shaving. We will get to shaving a little bit later. Not something that you really need to purchase as a beginning barber, because shaving is something that you need to have some skill for. You don't want to cut anybody up. So that's something a little bit farther down the line. Neck duster, definitely need to pick one of these up. Clean up the customer, wipe all the hair off their face. Pick these neck dusters up too for about $7 as well. The chair cloth, as I told you, you can get those for about $20. And the last thing you'll need yourself is a good mirror. Good mirror. You can pick up a good mirror from a beauty supply store for about $12 as well. So all of these, when you add them all up, you are roughly under $350 just to get in the barber industry. Under $350, you might can squeeze that down to $300 if you really do your due diligence and try to, budget yourself and try to find deals. But right around the $350 mark will get you in the barbering game with your basic setup to get you started as a professional barber. Then once you go to barber school, you'll get more advanced. You'll get a kit. If you decide to go to barber school, you get a barber kit with, a lot more supplies, a lot more things in it. But before you go to barber school, I suggest that you consider to get a small setup like this, just to get you started, on your friends and family, and to get you out here. So this was the first episode of Barber School 101, the supplies and equipment that you need to get in the game. Make sure you check out the next episode where we're going to go into your basic, even all over haircut. That's the first thing you need to know how to do. First thing you need to know how to cut. Master that, and then we'll move to the next haircut. So check out the next episode of your basic, even all over haircut. Thanks again. This is Cuts by Dre, New Styles Mobile Barber. I'm in the shop today. Make sure you like my videos. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you tell a friend. Make sure you follow me. Thanks again for watching. Peace.